We're live. Yo, serious man. Man. I saw what you guys did to that boy, man.
Oh, I think he deserved it.
That that thread had me hollering in tears. In tears. I've never seen anything like that. Over 500 Negroes from across the country came together to neg that man. Ooh, the neg comments are too much. Pure gold. Coli something else, man. We got to figure out how to monetize this. Pure gold.
Why y'all neg him just because he thought Melo was going to the Rockets, man? Y'all do neg train and shit?
Man, welcome to July, man. Shit's crazy.
Oh, man, come on, man. Y'all even have a banner up to join on board. Like, what the fuck was that?
When they put the banner up, I died. That shit got me in trouble. A girl was trying to talk to me. I'm just busting up laughing. She's, what's so fucking funny? And it's not something that you can explain. And she's trying to be serious. She's getting agitated. I'm trying to keep a straight face. She's just like, well, I'll just leave you alone with your phone. And she walks off. I'm like, cool, so I can finish the thread. And then she comes back hella mad. Don't you think that's kind of rude? Meanwhile, I am in tears laughing like it was just all bad. There's no way to save it. Just fuck it, man. None of you niggas is shit, man. You guys all ain't shit. All the gifts, all the posts, shit was too much. But anyways, Uncle Hotep, how does Trump have the liberals running? Tell me about it. How's Trump winning? Everything I've read said the opposite, so I'm curious.
What do you mean everything you've read said the opposite? What alternate universe are you living in?
I'm not biased. I'm actually on your side on most issues, but it looks like the Republicans can't get shit done, man. Talk to me. Explain it to me how they're winning.
Listen, man. If you talk about the health care bill, man, they got to come up with something better. We all know that. You know what I mean? The votes didn't go their way, but they voted for they got the debate over, but they didn't get the other thing over just to repeal it. That's going to be a work in progress. That's going to be work in progress. They're going to fight him tooth and nail for that. I mean, this is only July of his first year, so I'm not even worried about that. I am glad he reversed that Obama policy of letting transgenders in the military. Now you liberals are crying. Y'all been crying all goddamn day, talking about all the transgender. It's like they was only in from 2016. So now you're saying all the this is dangerous. Like, come on, man. You know what? Let me just. I've been reading on vaginal dilation. A male to female has to do vaginal dilation every week for the rest of their lives because it's just an open sore. If they don't do the vaginal dilation,
why does that matter to you, though?
Why does it matter? If you're in the field, you're going to be. Hold on. I've served. I'm going to let y'all know. I mean, give me my respects as a veteran, and this is my talk. You're in the field. You mean to tell me this guy, somebody has to go, hey, man, I got to go. I got to go on the side. I got to put the dildo up my vagina for a fucking couple hours. I mean, are you serious? Or it's going to close up. That's what we're dealing with here. And you people saying it's normal. They should serve. They want to serve. Like, what? You have to have something mentally wrong with you if you want to join the like people join the services for a different reason. But to say, oh, I can't go to Iraq to kill the Muslims. I'm mad. Like, come on, man. They either they're going to join and just get the surgery for free.
You just jumped around a lot there, buddy. What were you trying to say?
Well, I was really trying to say, man, if you're really complaining that you can't join the neocons private army, then you really got some serious mental problems. But I mean, I wanted to leave that alone. People join for a different reason.
So how do you explain yourself?
Because I come from a broken home, white liberal. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have, I mean, I came from a broken home. a dysfunctional family. I needed to go somewhere and get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? That's why I joined. If you want to be real.
Oh shit!
So we didn't do it for like the love of the country.
Together, their needs don't matter.
What do you mean?
These transgenders, you know, they're trying to get their life straightened out and, you know, serve the country. And
let's stop with the serve the country, man. Come on. Stop. That's just pure propaganda, man.
Propaganda. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's better ways for them to, you know, if it was just about getting a surgery, I think there's other ways for them to go about doing that than.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Hell, if it's gonna be free, that's the easiest way to go. I'm assigned 4 years of my life. I get this free surgery that costs a couple hundred grand.
People do it, man. A lot easier ways than getting shot at and playing G.I. Joe.
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty positive.
Listen, if
Would you? I think. I mean, tour duty in Afghanistan versus I don't know, getting a job and, you know, doing XYZ. Seems pretty straightforward to me. I think they want to serve.
yeah, they're not going to pay them premiums. They're not going to pay that copay. You know, I can imagine the copay on a gender change surgery, man. You think they got cut that kind of shekels?
I don't know.
Uncle Sam could pay it for free, man. Come on.
I think it's
I think a lot of companies have good health insurance. I don't know about what your personal experience has been, but
I think aside from whether, you know, who's right or wrong on the issue or how I feel about the issue, I think it's interesting that the left keeps focusing on issues that repeatedly are proven to not really matter to much of America. It's kind of interesting. It's like they're not trying to win anymore.
I mean, slavery wasn't a big issue to a lot of America either. I mean,
Here we go. The white liberal wants to compare transgenderism to black
that's
people.
false comparison. I don't think that's
discrimination is discrimination, though. I mean,
no, it's not. This is not discrimination.
Yes,
Like fat
what
people
else is it?
can't join the armed forces. Are we discriminating against fat people? Autism. If you have severe autism, you can't go in. If you sleepwalk, you can't go in. Is that discrimination?
The AMA just said that there's no reason for them not to. And the other thing is, most importantly, the DOD doesn't know what the fuck Trump's talking about.
They're trying to save face. You know, them generals didn't
Know
want.
what President
Obama
Trump's
told them
talking
people.
about.
No, man. Come on, man. They're just
Why
trying to-
I actually
is
kind of
that
side
no?
with Digga on that part. I think the guys at the top in the military don't want them either because they actually fought against women. There's no way they're just ready to readily accept transgender. I believe that they're against anything but young men serving. I actually believe that 100%.
That sounds really gay.
Yeah, I can see how it can sound gay, but it's not.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
It's not.
You know what? I read a interesting angle that they said Trump was doing this because this will force the Democrats in the Midwest to use this as a talking point if they're going to take the position to get transgenders in. You know, people in the Midwest, they don't want this, man. I mean, if you poll them, they'll be like, man, no, don't get the transgenders in there. So I think they're setting themselves up to failure. Identity politics, transgenderism is not the hill.
Right playing identity politics, buddy. This is the right playing identity politics. You guys have made this an issue again for the millionth time.
I didn't agree with it when Obama changed it. Like, come on, man. It doesn't even make any sense, man. Why are they trying to normalize transgenderism?
How does this personally affect you? It doesn't.
You're not answering my question. Why are they trying to normalize transgenderism?
Because
The next thing is pedophilia. They're going to normalize pedophilia.
No one said. Yeah, you're jumping off the roof on that one, buddy.
Oh, I was jumping off the roof with transgenders in the military. Come on, it's not even that far-fetched now. Salone has articles about pedophiles and everything else. Oh, I just have a sexual attraction. I can pull the articles up now.
Nonsense, dude. That's red pill bullshit. Straight up.
It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
No, it's not. They're not even remotely connected. They're two separate things. One's an attraction. The other is a fucking gender, essentially, or gender identification. And you know, the thing is, there's always been gay people in the military. There always has been. It was what? Don't ask, don't tell. All those years, all those dark years. You know, it's not like it's, you know, these people exist in society. If you're just going to marginalize them, that's not what America's about.
That is what America's about.
It is what America's about. This is
That's what I just said.
you leftists get on my nerves with this bullshit about what America is about. America is about ripping people off and taking their goddamn dough. No matter how you want to do it. You want to take care of the country, or you sell somebody some goods so you can take their money. You have this moral thing,
based on
imaginary moral basis of America, like this is some fantasy land or something like that, man.
So based on what you just said to me, that's exactly what the transgender people are doing, in your opinion. So they're fucking American as apple pie. They're going for their piece of the pie, buddy. Take that.
Well, if you, well, another thing, I don't think. Well, I'm talking about from a military standpoint, man. What is going to be more effective fighting force, man? Or army of transgenders or non-army of transgenders?
I don't know what their operation is, but you know, how are you going to replace all these people? If it's as many people as they're saying it is, how are you going to fill all those slots?
That's easy, man.
That's 6,000, right?
I've seen
like 6,000,
15,000 across all fucking branches. That is nothing, man. Come on, they can get them out of there tomorrow. They'll have some illegal immigrants wanting green cards in there the next day.
That's pretty weak, man.
I don't know about that, buddy.
Come on, man. They've been letting people in for fucking come on, man. Stop it. What world are y'all in, man?
That shit's gotten a lot more selective.
Exactly. What illegal aliens gonna work for the military knowing full well they can't get a green card? What the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, I mean, they've had threads about that, about the government fucking over people with the green cards and serving in the military. So that's
what I heard is that they can die as an American. They can die as an American, right?
Wow.
They can have a draped up flag when they die, right?
Wow, and still be no citizen.
Maybe next lifetime, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't understand. If this rule was in since 2006, like Obama changed in 2006, this is only a year, and you guys are acting like the world is coming to an end. Come on.
I just think it's a pointless thing for Trump to even be doing. It's it's distractionary. It's a distraction.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing to talk about. So you guys want to talk about gays and abortion again? It's fucking old.
We don't have to talk about it. It's a done deal. They're getting out. No matter how. I mean, they got to figure a way to discharge them. They'll probably get them an honorable discharge. Probably give him a couple shekels, but it's done. The discussion's over. He signed it. I mean, it's just like Obama let them sign the piece of paper and let them in. You now have a president that can sign them and get them out.
What is he signed? What is Trump signed? Is this an executive order that no one's seen?
What did Obama sign? The same thing, man. Stop being stupid.
No, I'm asking you a question. You're the one.
I said the same thing Obama signed to get him in.
That went through a process, man. I'm pretty sure Congress signed off on that, buddy. So the other thing, you know, the Department of Defense, the Pentagon, no one knows what the fuck Trump is talking about. This is just you know, they're going to have to figure out a legal framework to discriminate.
You think them generals that been in for 30 or 40 years want the transgenders in their military? Come on, man. You don't know nothing, man.
What are you talking about?
Well, put it like, you know what? Hold on. I just want to say something. You don't kick out 6,000 decent soldiers because you just have a problem with a sexual orientation. Because now you just made about 6,000 mercenaries that could fight for anybody else around the world. It's not a good idea. Right?
No, I think the whole transgender thing is just it's downplayed on the left and it's way overplayed on the right. Like, I don't know. I think there are some problems with it, as far as them being in society, period. You know, we got men identifying as women, winning weight competitions and fighting women and track meets, and it's just like I think there's a lot of gray area that has to be addressed. I don't think we can just turn a blind eye and just say that's what they are, that's what they want to be, that's just how it is. But I mean, actually discriminating and saying they can't do things like serve the country, that's a different issue. I don't know if you can really justify.
They're mentally unfit, man.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, it is, man. Listen, if you look at
I understand that you're saying that, but I don't think that that's true.
Their suicide rates show it, man. Even after the surgery, their suicide rates is way higher. You know why? Because they're dissatisfied with their lives.
You're gonna say the same thing about veterans?
Yeah.
You mean the ones that go through some shit like post-traumatic stress? I mean, they actually go through the shit. That's an added thing in there. You know what I'm saying? The stress of combat.
If you can actually show that they in some way lower combat effectiveness, then you might have some ground to stand on. But I think they're
the general
just
said
as capable.
That, man.
I think they're just as capable as any other soldier. I don't know.
I guess with the dildo inside them, when they dilate,
Jesus
man, I guess
Christ, man.
So that seems to be a real sticky point for you. If it's a chick who identifies as a man, do you think she serves in any way less than another woman, an actual natural born woman who would serve?
I think the stress of combat, you just
don't like feminine men. Let's be specific.
You're saying a male to female or female to male?
You seem to have a real issue with men that have vaginas.
No, I mean
your specific argument centers around dildos going into their makeshift vagina. So I think you have a very specific target.
Well, let's just go female to male. I mean, they have to take this medicine for the rest of their lives. The testosterone stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's another thing they have to do. Like I said, they're not going to be as strong as men, even with the juice.
They don't have to be. We already have women who serve. They don't have to be as strong as men.
If you have a female to male, they're going to have to be serving with the males, right?
It's co-ed. What do you mean?
Oh, so this is a special male. This male doesn't do what the other males do because they used to be a female. Is that what you're trying to say? They can work.
Wait, you've already lost me. What job specifically are you? Do you have in mind when you say male specific that women aren't doing or cannot do in the military?
Frontline infantry.
I don't think that's because they can't do it, and I don't know if that's still true.
Even I think they do have. They try to get women up front lines, but it's not many. They can't even. They're not physically as fit. I mean, that's.
Is that really a go-to line? What about the chair force, man?
Hey, I was in the Air Force. What are you talking about?
The chair force? So you're saying that there's no women capable of working in the chair force?
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, they could do those jobs, but I'm saying it's like, why would you take that chance? Like if somebody if you sign up and say you had severe depression when you were coming up or something like that.
It seems like this is based on your own personal prejudice instead of any type of reality. I mean, they made the same arguments about women being able to serve, and in the end, they showed that there was no physical deficiencies in these women, especially in the end when they wanted to do the infantry thing. You think everyone?
Let me try to shore this up for you, Digga. You're saying transgender people have a higher rate of mental instability.
Yes, that's proven.
Okay, that's what you're saying. So if they qualify and they pass all the same tests that non-transgenders pass, you still feel as though they should be discriminated against, just based solely on the fact that they're transgender.
That's not discriminating against, man. Like I said, fat people can't get in.
We won't use the term discriminate against. You think simply because they're transgender, they should not be permitted to serve?
Correct. I would, if it was my army, I wouldn't let them in.
That's pretty textbook discrimination, man.
That is discrimination.
I don't know.
You have physical requirements.
You know, I can't even say that you are like completely wrong on them having higher rates of like mental instability. I don't know if that's true or not. It could be, but to just discriminate not based on that, but solely on the fact that they're transgender that's not gonna fly, man. It's
discrimination.
So, Dad, how many transgender bartenders do you have now, man?
0, and I wouldn't hire one. What? What?
That's discrimination right there, man.
Hell yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ.
No, if they were good, there's no reason not to. Like,
gosh.
That's the whole point.
You're in the middle of freshman.
That's the whole point. That's another question. The soldiers that's gonna get fired, are they good at their jobs? If they're really good at their jobs, it's a waste of money to fire them. Right?
It's a waste of time. This whole thing is a waste of time. This is a distraction. This whole thing is a distraction, man. It's garbage. Let's get on this.
And like I said, you're basically gonna fire 6,000 good soldiers that could work for other enemies around the world.
I only see green now. I don't care about all that other stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna turn them effectively into mercenaries. They can go against you at any time.
You've been pretty tight lately, Norman. You all right, man?
I don't know. Come on, yo, answer that question.
How's your life, man? How's things going?
Hold on. I want what's his name? Handy to answer that question.
What?
Do you think it's a good idea to get rid of 6,000 perfectly good soldiers if they could become mercenaries and go against you in the future?
One, they're not all soldiers. Like, two, like, you know what I mean? So it could be in the chair force, if you will, the Navy, the Coast Guard. You know what I mean? They're not all like fucking at the frontline infantry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they still have knowledge, man. They still have knowledge, tactics. Mercenary hit. They still have stuff to impart on foreign countries that don't have it. It's still not a good idea, right?
Where are they going to go? Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia?
Look at Chelsea Manning, dog. Chelsea Manning was a man.
Chelsea a snitch.
I mean, that's a transgender right there, man.
Was a snitch. Hey, I mean, I don't know, man. That's not the hill I'm going to die on if I'm Democrats, man. I mean, transgenders are only what? Not even 1% of the population.
That's what I was going to get to. The percentage of people who agree with you, like, is just vastly outnumbers transgenders and their supporters. So it's kind of politically, I think it's safe for Trump to do this. I think he'll shore up his base, which is what he really needs to do.
Yeah, he has some faggots.
Yeah, basically, I mean, he might as well. He's not going to be able to actually do it, but he might as well come out against gay marriage. Like, his base will love it. It's ridiculous, and it's wrong. But there's
start forgetting about all this other shit that he did this week.
Yeah, but there's a large percentage of the country that's with that stupid shit. So
no. I don't think I think you're
no offense, Jigga.
No. The gay marriage and transgenderism are two different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think
you're cool with it.
No. Listen, what I'm trying to say. I don't think when Caitlyn Jenner came out and won Woman of the Year, people didn't like. I listen to white folks at the job. Everyone was like, "What the hell was that?" You know what I mean? They won't say it really out loud to other people because they don't want to get fired or anything. But mainstream America was not ready for transgender. They sprung that way too early. Powers, the elites, the powers that be, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. They just accepted gays. You know what I mean? So, and when they sprung the transgender, they just did it too soon. People are rejecting it. I'm sorry.
I actually agree that the whole transgender issue, that society's not ready for it, that America is not ready for it right now. I agree with that. And I think we weren't ready for a lot of progressive policies that Obama passed, and that's how we ended up with Trump. I think that there's a case that can be made for that. We regressed is what happened. Trump is a throwback.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
that's why we got to make America great again.
But like the transgender thing, it's just too messy for people. Like there's just too many gray areas.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't even wrap my head around it. It's like I get lost in it. Like how do you even like I don't even know where to begin on like how you say the proper terminology when addressing someone like that. You know,
and it's just like things that were separated by sex. I mean, it's become like meaningless. Like you can play for either side merely by identifying as the other. Whatever. I don't even know what that entails. How you legally identify as something. But it's kind of insane. And we've seen the case of trans race too. So there's some credence to the slippery slope argument because trans race is a thing. There's a white lady identifying as black. It is a actual thing.
Yeah,
so,
they're gonna need to stop that shit right there.
See, now it's too much. See, it's it's actually no different.
No, unless she actually has receipts that shows her DNA percentage-wise, she needs to stop that shit.
Like the argument that she's making is no different than a guy identifying as a woman. Like it's the same shit.
I've said the same thing. I don't think there's any difference. I mean, what's more rational? Are you saying, you being a white person saying you're black like 88 and shit, or somebody saying they're different, like they're a man and they're saying they're a female? There's no difference.
And she probably spun it.
I'm black and
down that way.
Funny.
She probably spun it because she used all the transgender arguments, like when they say I felt feminine or like a female all my life. She was like I felt black all my life. Like she spun it so it was the exact same thing. So it's just like I'm waiting for someone to be trans species, identify as a cat or something, then we could.
It's coming.
That kind of
it's
shit.
Coming.
Because like
coming.
The idiots are gonna fucking give so much gas to the right to really hurt, transgender people. It's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be real interesting, and it's a bad hill to die on for the left, but I think it's more of a principle kind of thing that they're not gonna back down on the whole transgender thing. It's just going to be a fight.
There's no basis for the discrimination that the right wants to hand out. It's petty essentially at this point.
It's going to be interesting to see if they decide to put things like that to the side in order to win elections just for political gain.
I mean, who's making it into a political football? It's not the left. So
but the left has to play the game. Like they're definitely not right for it, and it's definitely immoral and all of that jazz. But you got to play the game. You can't just leave the country in their hands.
Well, don't make it into left is doing this or pushing that, because I mean, if anything matters or should matter, it should be equality. If you can't agree with that, what do you have?
The mirage of equality. That's a thing.
So now that Dig has spent 30 minutes talking about trannies and dildos,
we're gonna talk about Sessions, man.
More interesting topics.
Sessions is.
How about Sessions, buddy?
How do you feel about him, Digga? Are you a fan?
Wait. Do you smoke weed?
No, I quit. I've been quit for like 5 years now. I don't have anything against it. I think he's like an old school guy, by the book guy. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of guy. Yeah.
Super racist, man. You could just tell in his tone, man.
Yep. Stupid racist, yo. Crazy racist.
Oh, there's one part of his full name that instantly jumps out and says racist to me.
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson Sessions.
No, there's another part.
Beauregard.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go. As soon as I hear that, I'm like, oh, that guy owned a few, or his ancestors did.
But
Beauregard Sessions.
I think Trump was just putting the pressure. I don't think he has any intention of replacing him. Suffering is too deep. You know what I mean? Too many people love him in the government. You know what I'm saying? He does.
That's scary.
He's made a debt in illegal immigration. It's been cut back because of him. You know what I'm saying?
I think if he replaced Sessions, there'd be no way to like fend off the rumors of his administration just completely falling apart and being shit. Like he can't afford to let anyone else go.
Yeah, I think he was just voicing his displeasure, man. I don't think. I think this is just see a lot of stuff Trump does, man. You can't take all his tweets serious. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
one of the most bullshit arguments. Well, he's just joking. You know, he's the leader of the free world.
No. You misunderstand what I'm saying. He's like if he knows, like imagine if you're a president and you know any tweet you send is going to cause a reaction. When you send out some bullshit sometimes just to distract from something else.
But you're the president. Why are you acting like a buffoon for?
Why are you acting like a kid, man? You're the president.
Exactly, man. You're 70 years old acting like a jackass, man. Get the fuck off of Twitter and be a president, nigga.
What is I mean, this is the new.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? There's a lot of politicians out there that could do a way better job than Trump and all his cabinet combined. Okay? And it's like no matter what they do, the Republicans and the base and the retards that voted for him don't see what he's doing wrong. Even though it's plain as day. Even though it hurts them as well, they don't see it. They don't see it until like the bitter end. And then they be like, oh shit, I knew I shouldn't have voted for him. The fuck? I'm just sitting there going, yo, you're a fucking retard. It's like, you know, none of these people have no foresight of what they're doing. They don't have foresight of what they're doing.
I don't really know if that's necessarily true either. I think if they had to do it over a lot of them would still vote for Trump over Hillary.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you're going to vote for Trump over Hillary, but at the same time, it's like, why would you put our country in that type of peril again? Like, why would you even put our country in that peril again? It's like me voting for Dr. Doom when I know he's gonna blow up the country. I'm gonna vote for him again because he makes a solid speech. Like, come on, son, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Because he's white? Is that it? Because he's white?
Yeah, man. They stay on code. They stay on code. What are you talking about?
Stay on code, even if it dies. Even if y'all die, we gotta stay on code. Fuck the niggers.
Yep.
You know? That's sad.
What are you talking about, man?
Because we're talking about white people's need to be racist, overriding everything, overriding all logical and common sense, overriding all progressive issues. Their need to be racist overrides everything. It's sad. It's fucking sad.
This is what it kills me about black folks, man. You know, just because listen. Just because white folks stay together, have a togetherness that African Americans do not have. You just label it as racist. If African Americans need to do the same thing that the white folks is doing.
But it is racist because it is racist, though. It's racist because they're in control.
You're supposed to take care of yourself first. Am I right or wrong on that?
I'm not saying you're wrong, but at the same time, it's like, why do you keep voting for people that make policies to hurt other people when it turn around and they hurt you at the same time, and then you put these people back in the office when you know full well what they're about? Why do they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense.
Ideology.
Because they're white and they're racist and they keep voting for the same people.
Ideology. Don't want the government doing
What
shit.
do you mean vote for the same people? The white folks put Obama in the first time. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about Obama. I'm talking about like all these senators, McCain, McConnell, the guy from down south. What's his name? What's the racist motherfucker from down south? You know, they keep voting for these people over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Look at fucking Ted Cruz. Who votes for this? Who votes for these people, man? And then when it gets to the national stage, you see all these policies that they lay out, and you're like, who voted for you? Who voted for you in their right mind? Because they're white? Because you had a message of disenfranchising others that makes you the most popular candidate? because hey, guess what? He's white and he's not gonna disenfranchise me. He's gonna fuck over all the niggers, so I gotta put him in the office.
Welcome to America.
The thing is, I mean, some people, I'm not gonna say any names. I mean, they like the dysfunction. They just want it to just not work. They want to live in a shitty country that is insignificant.
I think for people like Digga, I just think all of it is subjective. Yeah, I think all of it is subjective.
What do you mean people like Digga, man? What are you talking about?
All of it. You know what? I'll hop in this car with you. I think all of it is subjective, and people have different priorities. Like, you know, I don't even think it's crazy to fathom that white people have a different set of interests and priorities than black people do. Like, when you say, why would they vote for that? It's going to hurt us. I don't even see how that, well, what do you mean, why? Why? I mean, like, that seems logical to me. Of course they're going to fuck us. Like, everyone acts in their own best interest. I think that's normal. I think that's just how it goes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? You know what's funny? If the whole point is that they're in a position of power. That's part of that's the deepest part of the problem, that they're in a position of power. They don't work to make everything great for everybody else. They only work to enrich themselves. Yeah. That's a bigger problem.
Yeah. That's that's one aspect of the human condition. I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary or unexpected, to be honest.
But you know, but you know what kills me on that is that we all see the hypocrisy. But then they turn around and say, let's make it great, let's make America great again. But it's a big asterisk next to that. But only for rich white straight men. Everybody else be damned. You know?
They don't even need.
And it's like, damn.
Everyone knows what
we don't need the asterisk. It's like how do you not see it? How do you not see what people are saying? You know what I'm saying? We know exactly when they say make America great again. America was never great for black people at all. Why the fuck? Why should I care for Trump? Come on, son. Come on, son. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest.
Go ahead, Digga. Tell them why.
Go ahead, Digga.
I enjoy the 90s.
I enjoyed the 90s.
I really enjoyed
Don't do this, Digga. Don't do this. Don't do this.
I hate when y'all talk about this stuff like...
So when you hear "Make America Great Again," you think of the 90s? Don't do this, Digga. Yeah. Don't do this, please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hate that when y'all say that it was never great for black people. Yeah, sure, we struggled. We had struggling times. You know what I'm saying?
They still struggle.
Who? At some point, we have to stand on our own feet, man. You know what I'm saying? At some point.
Oh my goodness, Digga.
You don't get it. I don't think you understand the magnitude of the level of sabotage that they will do if we try to stand on our own 2 feet. That's the problem. We've had.
You're making this excuse.
I'm not. No. It's no excuse. It's fact. It's fact. It's fact, partner. Come on, it's fact,
man. Saying we shouldn't try for anything because the white man's going to sabotage it. This is the Nignog's problem, man.
I'm not saying not to. I'm not saying not to, but here's my point. We have to. Now, here's the thing. If we have to try, we have to exclude them for what we're doing, period. We can't have them in our midst. We can't have them around. We can't have them in our shit. We have to exclude them when we try again. We can't, because you know what? Every time they're involved, shit goes left and they end up destroying it. Or on some willy-nilly, we're gonna bomb your country or bomb your town type shit. You know, why do you think all these foreign countries are getting tired of the U.S. and the countries in their airspaces? Because the U.S. has no right to be there.
I'm going through my the reports right now for higher learning, and I just want to say 88 that I got the cleanup in aisle 5 was brilliant. That's like actually laughed out loud. That was brilliant.
Wait, what was it? What was it? Cleanup
I got
in aisle 5?
the burner. Are you familiar with that shitty poster?
I think I got him on ignore.
Yeah, he's There's a report for a post that 88 made. Where he refers to him as "I got to clean up an aisle 5." Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna reject that report. I'm gonna let that stand. That's a good one. That was quality posting right there. Quality posting. Jesus, this guy's got like 6 reports. I'm not touching any of this shit. I'm gonna let True Mac handle that shit. Oh God, this guy reports everyone, and then everyone reports him. His threads, he's getting like Napoleon now.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
he's
Napoleon's
an
threats is
awful
other shit,
post.
man.
Oh God, they're talking about him being a janitor now.
He posted some office photo and people went in on him. It was like an empty office building and an empty office park.
Hilarious.
Oh God.
He got claimed on that.
Yeah, he was like lying, saying he was in Intel, and then changed up and said I'm not in Intel, or slipped up or something. Didn't keep the lie going. I don't know.
Yeah. That happened too.
Jesus Christ.
I think we should have a vote to like change his name to
He was not happy with your post. He was mad. Wow.
Uh-oh. I thought he had me on ignore. I guess not.
No. Oh, now he reported Hogan in the Wolf Pack too. Crazy. Yeah. Some quality burns though, man. This guy gets it good though. Oh, it's good times. But Digga.
Yeah.
You think the administration is doing a good job?
They're doing the best they can.
That's not answering the question, though.
They control everything and still fucking fail. How does that sound?
Well, they got sellouts in their midst, man. You got to understand, he's working against the deep state, man.
You understand that you can say Trump is doing a shitty job, but I still prefer him to Hillary. Like, you don't have to pretend he's doing a good job just because you hate Hillary.
I don't think he's doing a terrible job. If you would tell me to rate it, I would try to say like a C+ or C.
You said C- last week.
Plus.
You said C-
Yeah,
last week, man.
Being transgender, so I give him a couple points.
You mean
Jesus, man, but what about all the other shit that he let pass through this week, man?
Oh, and the truce with Syria. Another point.
He's a very difficult president to grade in a lot of the libertarian circles, because that for every new regulation they repeal to, that's about as good as a policy libertarians are going to see for God knows how long. Like, it doesn't really get much better than that for what we're after. But everything else he does is so terrible. It's just like, we're on board for deregulation, but everything else is just fucking just I don't even know how to put it into words. It's just, I can't believe what I'm watching. Like, every day I'm just like, why would you even say that? Like, even if it was true, like, why would you even? The people around him must want him to fail. At this point, I blame Trump's team. Like, there's no way this much shit slips through the cracks. Like, those people are either incompetent or just out to see him fail. Like,
I mean, maybe Mike Pence is trying to set him up, but you know,
there's just no insulation for him. Like, he's just like, all the shit's on full display. Like, I just don't know what kind of team or cabinet he has, what kind of circle he has around him.
Well, I mean, you got to remind yourselves, this is the same country that killed JFK. You know what I'm saying? if you're not going for the
where did that come from?
No, that just shows you an example. If the deep state says, "Hey, man, you're not doing it right," they can either assassinate you or they can use the media and the press. And this is what you're saying.
But Trump picked all his people. It's Trump making these decisions.
The deep state is everywhere, bro.
You sound retarded.
Who killed JFK? No. Oh, 88. Who killed JFK, man?
I don't know.
All right, that's what I thought.
I don't know, and that's the honest answer. I don't know.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you know.
But But you know what's crazy?
Too, actually.
If you're the president, right, and you're picking advisors from Breitbart.
You know what? To stop you there, when that was kind of like the high point of his presidency. To be honest with you, that's when things were. I mean, they were still bad, but they were okay. Like things have gone downhill from there. Like, to be honest with you.
What did he expect to happen? He had to know that the government people.
Since Bannon got removed, it was things have actually kind of gone downhill for him.
He's winning in 2020. You guys keep saying it's going downhill. You know, is the Democrats going to throw out Kamala Harris? Is that what y'all? Is that your?
I think he can be. I think he can be a terrible president and still win. That's how bad a shape I think the Democratic Party is in right now.
I mean, but he's also shaping up for voter suppression, man. I mean, come on, let's be real.
Dig, do you support that?
Voter suppression.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't play dumb, man.
What voter suppression, man?
That's what I was waiting for.
What voter suppression?
Get your ass some IDs, man.
There was a thread about it, and I tried to slide that in, Digga, like, you know, the ask for evidence, but apparently some county or state was like found guilty of gerrymandering or being racist like 3 or 4 times or some number of times. Like, I'm just like, Jesus Christ! Like, you can't deny it at this point. Like, we have repeat offenders. Like, they do it, they get called out on it, and then they try to do it again. Like, at this point, you just have to say, okay, these people are trying to draw lines on the map, racially motivated lines, in order to keep voters from.
And now they're trying to see everyone's voting history from throughout the U.S. You know, they're trying to get everyone's voting history, so that's what they're trying to do. They're gonna come out with ways to find ways to misinform people.
Yeah. And again, it's not shocking. I think the numbers are just not in their favor.
Yeah.
I think the country slowly just naturally going to slide towards the left. So Republicans are going to have to resort to some shady tactics in order to maintain power.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's the whole Russian debate is about, man.
I still don't know if they colluded necessarily. I still haven't accepted the collusion part.
Yo, this generation, this not the millennials, the generation under the millennials are lean to the right. You don't understand. The country went so far left under Obama, you know what I mean? And kids, listen to me. Kids want to rebel against their parents. And how do you rebel against liberalism?
Conservative, yeah.
Listen, I took my daughter to the pool, right? And you know, the lifeguards, they was in high school kids, white kids, right? I had my MAGA, the green boy on, right? The little white boy was like, he said, I would have wear mine, but I could try. People give me shit when I wear mine. See, undercover, MAGA? All those young kids are make America great again.
Yeah.
They just saying that because it's popular at the time. But you know what? Fascism was popular in the Nazi era too.
No, the
fashion was popular in the Nazi era too.
The country's not that left. Like,
Bernie Sanders
kind of had an uphill battle. Like, Bernie Sanders would have had way more traction if we were as progressive as we think we are.
Well, we don't have to worry about that because the Democratic Party
the Democratic Party did screw him. But I think he would have done worse than Hillary. I don't buy any of that. Bernie would have won shit.
Yeah, I mean, you can say people are acting out, but I mean, you know, when you're in your 20s or 30s and you're in the real world and, you know, go through college or whatever, you know, there's an acting out phase, and then there's, you know, when adulthood sets in. I don't think people. You know,
I mean, but 88 to that point. What we like to say is that a lot of young white people are very liberal when they're young. Well, once they hit their 30s, 40s, that's when they start turning more conservative and shit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, some people for sure, but I think a lot of people who are, you know, socially aware.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, again, this is an urban versus, you know, rural thing. And
yeah. They need to be governed differently. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
I think the church is kind of fading too. You know, it'll be a while before it's gone, if ever. But it's definitely dwindling. It's definitely not the rock that it was.
Yeah, fuck the church.
Generations. Wow, you don't have to, you don't have to hate the church.
Yeah, you don't have to say all that, man.
You don't have to do. I mean, Jesus.
What? Fuck
What
the church.
Jesus do to you, man? What did Jesus do to you?
What do you mean? What the church did to me? What the church what the church given to the people? Nothing.
So you
A
hate
bunch of lies
you
and
anything, man? I mean, that's a bad reason to hate somebody.
Fuck the church. Fuck all these churches. Fuck all these religions. They have done nothing except been a plague on humanity ever since they was inception.
Nah.
And in America, you're free to feel that way, and you're free to say that. God bless America.
I'm basing facts. You can look at all the religions. Look at all the religions that's done nothing. They have done nothing except been a plague on humanity because people have twisted religious words to their own issues and used. Okay, case in point, they use Christianity to enslave black people.
Yeah. They used it to justify their entrapment.
The Islamics has used the Quran to enslave the black people over there. At the end of the day, religion is a tool to enslave the masses, to keep them docile.
That's what Digga supports, though.
Yeah.
Right, Dig?
Sad. It's sad.
Support what?
Religion being used as a tool for, monetary gain. That's what you're all about.
I saw a poll that said Hillary's approval rating now is lower than Trump's. Like,
she's not even in the race. What the fuck is the point?
I'm just saying what a terrible candidate.
Okay, so what's Obama's approval rating, man? I'm sure
it's probably hella high. It's probably just
people actually want him to come back.
Yeah, people are probably like, you know what? We want to go ahead and sign up for that dictator Obama plan. I want to sign up for that plan where he just takes over and throws the Constitution out and just rules. Yeah,
people actually like Obama. Okay, that's the sad part. Now they see what Trump is about. They like, damn, we miss Obama. Shit.
I wonder how bad things would be, this is a perception question, but how things would be if there was no Twitter or if Trump didn't use Twitter. If we didn't just see the fucking stupid shit every day, every morning.
Sorry.
I think they're doing enough bad stuff policy-wise, and also the Russian investigations. He'd probably be worse off. At least he has the gay issues like that to galvanize, idiots like Digga and I got the Berna. Let's get to the left, and the liberals are going to be mad, and that matters somehow. But yeah, I mean, if he didn't have other stuff like this and Fox News running 24/7 for him,
oh god,
he'd be in a much worse.
Democrats aren't winning in 2020, so I mean, it doesn't even matter what y'all talking about, man.
Why you keep bringing up the Democrats though? Like, fuck the Democrats.
Foxconn is building the new factory in Wisconsin. That's huge.
That's gonna be horrible.
13K direct jobs. That's a big deal for people of Wisconsin.
It's a big deal in Wisconsin, but come on.
That's an important state. It's an important state politically.
I do not give a fuck about you.
That company had people committing suicide, jumping off top of the building because they are so miserable there. It's horrible.
Look, people just want jobs.
Trump
they just want to work hard,
chess,
man.
and y'all still playing checkers, man.
You should move out to Wisconsin and work for
He can't even spell chess. You serious right now?
Y'all still playing checkers, man. He's ensuring. He's making these moves. He's going to ensure his reelection, man.
He doesn't even know what the plan is.
Y'all still gonna be complaining.
Big, what happened to the first 90 days?
You better hope Zuckerberg can save y'all, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, God.
Zuckerberg or Cuban better save y'all because y'all don't got no shot, man.
What happened to the first 90 days, man? The first 90 days, everything was supposed to be ironed out. Supposed to get the wall. Everything was supposed to be good.
The wall's coming.
The wall's
coming, man.
You guys just reminded me. Digga, how do you feel about ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement?
They're doing a great job. But
how'd I know?
Because the illegal numbers are down. Anyway, if you listen.
Look how quickly you move.
The only metric that counts, huh?
Listen, the Missouri Center, I think is a female type. There's a story out that says Trump traded this transgender ban for the wall's budget to be in on the next budget. So, you know what I mean? See, he's a deal maker. He's a New York City deal maker.
That isn't grounded in any fucking reality. They were spending, what, $8 million on transgender people a year? The wall is like fucking 20 or 30 billion.
You're missing. See, 88. You're not thinking deep enough. You're not playing 4D chess. 88.
The 3D chess.
4D, 4 dimensions. Listen, the senators, they were like, hey man, we don't like the people in the Midwest. They don't want them transgenders in there. So they were like, yo, Trump, man, if you do this, they already got the money for the wall. It's not that about the $8 million for the transgenders. They're not paying money for money. It's favor for money.
No one's going to fund the wall. His own people have said they're not going to pay for the wall. We're not supposed to.
That was before the transgender thing. Now watch. I'm gonna post it. Listen, I'm gonna post it. You look out for the Coli for that.
That shit's not happening, buddy. And how do you feel? How do you feel about the DOD spending fucking tens of millions of dollars on Viagra for you guys?
I'm a veteran. I want to get my Viagra, man. What is up with that, man? Get a veteran some, man. I'm like, what's going on, man?
Hold on. If you're a real young black male, why do you even need Viagra, buddy?
I'm old, man. I'm old head, man. Lo
siento, papi's old now.
Yeah, that's gonna be I don't even want to think about not being able to get it up. That shit, I'd actually cry. I can't even wrap my head around the idea of just man. I jack off sometimes out of obligation. Like I don't even want to. I have no desire, but I just feel like it's what I should be doing sometimes, man. Like fuck that.
Stay out of JBO then, man.
Whoa. Shh. Doing too much. See, you're doing too much. Now I gotta edit. See.
Peace.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
What's another big one? Oh, Dig left on me.
Yeah. We're actually at an hour. That's time.
One last thing. How do you guys feel about the asset seizures going up?
Oh my God, I hate it.
I don't even see how that's going to hold. You know what? Hopefully the judiciary does its job. I mean, that's all I can hope for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, in one of the threads, somebody dropped in. He's like, "Yeah, I got my car seized just off of having like a dime bag or two on it." It's just like, holy shit. Obviously, this happens in the South, but
Yeah, it's crazy. It's gonna. As soon as it starts happening in blue states, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, dude, people are gonna flip out. And I mean, the thing is, like, to me, like, that's always been like, that's a cross-aisle issue, and. Like those hardcore like conservatives are like federal government seizing assets and seizing property and eminent domain and all that shit. That's like their fucking bread and butter. So for them to like jump out the window and be like, "Oh, we're gonna be seizing all kinds of shit," I was just like, "Wait a minute, what?"
I mean, so much for big government, huh?
Hey, can I call you back? All right. Yeah. Anyways, that just jumped out at me when all that happened. I guess that was like last week, maybe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No. Anyways, good talking to you guys.
All right. Later.
Fuck digger.